and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am so excited about. Hold on, where did it go? So I'm going to be talking about the Morphe and KathleenLights palette very briefly for this intro. Then I'm going to show you a semi-glam makeup look that I created with this palette. And what I mean by semi-glam is that I wanted a glamorous makeup look, but I'm using no lashes and no liner. That is what I did for my last semi-glam look, and I will leave that linked right up here if you guys want to see it. It was like a purple smoky eye kind of thing, but this one I'm using this palette to create like this green kind of smoky eye look. This is very similar to the look that Kathleen came out with, so it was kind of inspired by her. But I wanted to use this shade because this was like the only pop of color that she had in here, and I really wanted to use that shadow and show you guys how I would use it, because I feel like a lot of people would get scared of using the shadow. But yeah, this is what I basically came up with. If you guys want a full like swatch video of this palette, let me know and I can do it for you. But for this video I just wanted to be strictly a tutorial, or this video would have been super long. For now, I will link Kathleen's swatch video down below, and I'll also leave a link to her video where she creates a look with this palette. So just a quick rundown of the palette. It looks like this. It has a nice black in here, which I love, and then it has a bunch of like warm tone eyeshadows. This is a dark green color, a couple cool shadows, and nice highlight colors, but this is what I really like. Unfortunately, when I swatched these two, they weren't super pigmented, so I feel like they might go on a little bit patchy, but like I said, I will be coming out with a full review on this palette very soon once I play around with it a little bit more and actually get to test these on my eyes. So that is my little rundown of this. This was $14.99, and I also used her discount code, so I got 10% off on top of that. So these shadows are basically less than $1 each, and the quality of them are so amazing. They're so buttery. You can tell in the video that they just go really nicely onto the eye. They're very smooth, and the color payoff is great. This palette is a steal. Unfortunately, it's sold out right now, but I'm always thinking about you guys, and I snagged an extra one just so that I can give it away on my channel. I'm not giving it away yet, but keep an eye out for it because one of you guys is going to be getting this palette. So I don't want to make this intro too long, so we are just going to get right into the tutorial. I already put a little bit of concealer on my eye, and as you can see, I have my brows on already. I will leave a link to my brow tutorial. It's right here. I'll leave a link to my brow tutorial up here on how exactly I do my brows. I'm going to prime my eye with Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Alright, so just placing that onto the lid. My hands are much darker than my face because I am self-tanning right now, so that is why I'm like extremely dark down here. I'm like in the process of self-tanning, so I need to wash this off in a couple of hours. But yes, and then I'm taking just like a Luxie brush that I had some leftover powder on, and I'm just putting that onto my eye just to set that primer. I don't want anything to be super sticky, so that is why I do that, so that the shadows go on really smoothly. Next, taking just a fluffy blending brush like this. This one is the Sigma, oh no, sorry. I get them confused all the time. I did this in my last video too. This is the Sedona Lace 863 brush, but it's very similar to the Sigma E40, I believe, and I'm going to be taking this shade right here. So I'm taking that and I'm using that as my transition color, and I'm just going to be putting this right into the crease. And this is just a really nice warm shade. This is the lightest transition color, so if you like something lighter, you're not gonna find that in this palette. But I do like this one. I think this transition color is absolutely perfect. Next, what I will be doing is I'm going to be taking this dark green shade right here. And this color is beautiful. I swatched this on my Snapchat yesterday, and it's probably one of my favorite colors on the palette because it just swatches really nicely, and it also goes on the eye very beautifully. And I'm going to be packing this onto the lid. I'm not going to be bringing it any higher than my crease, so just pack this onto the lid, and this is just going to be a base for the light green shadow. Blend it up so you don't have as much work to do on this later, but don't bring it too far up because we're not wearing false lashes today, so you don't want to bring anything too high above the crease, or you're not going to be able to see your lashes over the eyeshadow. Since I dropped my brush, I'm just going to move on to the next step. I'm just going to be taking this Luxie 235 blending brush. To blend out that color, I'm going to be taking this color right here and this color right here and just mixing the two. So I'm just taking this right above that green color. And what you can do is you can kind of flick this out at the end, because we're not going to be using liner, so you can definitely try to make like a little V shape with the shadow to make your eyes look more almond-like. Then we're going to go back in with that blending brush and take that same first color that you used and blend that color out even further. I'm going to just be taking like a flat shader brush and just dip it into that really nice green color right here. And you're just going to pop this right on to that dark green shadow. And you see how that makes that green shadow just pop even more without being too overboard. This one is the Luxie Mini Detailing Brush. It is the Luxie 141 Mini Round Brush and just a really tiny detailing brush. I'm going to be taking this color right here and this color right here and using that as an inner corner highlight. First, I just took this color because I thought it'd be really nice on the inner corner, but it was a little bit too frosty for me. So I'm just taking both of them because I wanted it to be a little bit more golden tone as opposed to like a frosty white. And just place that right onto the inner corner. Next, just take your favorite mascara. Mine is the Maybelline Falsies, and coat the crap out of your lashes. I'm going to be tightlining both eyes with the Marc Jacobs gel pen just to make my lashes look a little thicker. So just tightline that upper part. And I forgot to do it to this side, so I'm going to move on to my face. I already have primer on. I used the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth Primer, and it looks like this. I'll be using this foundation because this one matches me right now. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation, and this is in the shade 128. And I'll be just pouncing that onto my face. And as you can see, it doesn't match my face, but it matches my neck, and that is exactly what you want. That is my foundation. It looks crazy right now, I know. So next we are moving on to concealer, and I'm just going to use my holy grail concealers. These are the Urban Decay Naked Skin concealers. I'm going to be mixing two colors. This one is in the color medium neutral. Just like that under the eyes, and I'm also going to be putting it on my forehead. Sorry, my viewfinder is like right over here, so I keep looking over here because I don't have a big mirror in front of me. And then next I'll be using the color Light Warm, and this one is like way too light for me, so I just put a little bit on top of the medium just to kind of highlight. And look how much of a difference that makes, because my eye bags are so bad. You guys know that. I apologize that my lips are all dry. I'm going to be baking my face, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the RCMA No-Color powder, just dipping it directly into the powder. I don't mind that it's wet. I kind of think it works better just because it helps set your makeup and it melts everything together. That's just what I noticed. I did this like the last couple times I did my makeup, and I love it. So just taking this and using it to set the under eye area, and then if you want to make like a V over here on the side, it's just going to clean up your shadows. Personally, I like to do it on the center of my forehead because foundation tends to break up slightly here because I get really oily. So, and then for the rest of my face, I'm taking the Sigma just like large powder brush and taking some of that powder and dusting it onto the skin. So after that's left on for a couple of minutes, I'm going to just take any brush and just kind of wipe this away. You could tell how that just like brightened up the under eye area. I'm going to be moving on to the lower lash line. I will be using the small little detailing brushes again. I'm going to be taking this one that we use for our inner corner highlight and taking those two highlighting shades again and lining the inner corner. So I'm going to be taking my favorite J-Cap brush, and I'm going to be taking this olive color again and just kind of putting this on the outer portion of my lower lash line. Okay, so once you're done with that, we're going to blend this out. I'll be taking the Luxie Mini Flat Brush, the shade right here. Blend out that olive green color. You can even put it kind of on top because the two mixed together are actually really pretty. Then the last thing you need to do for your eyes is just apply some mascara onto your bottom lashes. Moving on to bronzer, I'm going back to my old favorite, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, the medium one. I wasn't sure if it was a medium or light. This one is the medium slash deep. Using this to contour. And then I just want to put it on my forehead. And just take any sort of blending brush, like a really fluffy one. I'll just use the one that I used for my eyeshadow earlier, and put a little bit of that onto the sides of your nose. Okay, we're going in with the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Blush. This one is in the shade Barely Blushing, one of my favorite drugstore blushes of all time. So once you have your blush on, we are going to be going in with highlighter. I'm going to be using, let's try this one. This is a Luxie 522 Tapered Highlighter. Typically I use this one, but let's try this one because I think it gives a more intense highlight because it's more dense than the other one. So just taking, just taking a little bit of OFRA's Rodeo Dry, high points of my cheek, and I already like this brush better. I feel like I have more control. Oh my gosh, I like this brush. And this highlight is so pretty, guys. This is the highlight. Taking also a little bit onto my finger and placing this onto the bridge of my nose. So I'm gonna try this one. This one is rayezor, the ColourPop Matte Lippie Stix. My lips are really dry right now, so I don't know how this is gonna look. I'm not the best at picking lipsticks or lip colors to match or complement the eye makeup look, so I don't know how this one is. I don't want this lip color to kind of be too out there, so I'm just gonna blot my lips with a Chipotle napkin. I think I want to try using this one. This one is the Tarte Lip Paint. Ooh, this might be pretty. Okay, Tarte Lip Paint, and this one is in the color Obvi. And just tone this pink lip color down with the lighter, like peachy color. So I think I'm gonna stop messing around with the lip color. I think this looks pretty good. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. Like I said, a full review on this palette is coming very, very soon. And also, if you guys would like to follow me on any type of social media, links are down below, and also send me pictures if you guys recreate this makeup look. I think that is all I have to say. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!